But let's go a little bit in the coaching and courses avenue.
Yeah. So this is literally to kind of come complete circle on it. The coaching, the whole kind of concept of mentorship, having, a following and being able to basically develop, people into a higher version of themselves in a certain space, right? Whether it's, e-commerce or whether it's personal training, you know what I mean? Or whether it's, recruitment, right? We're not talking about like knowing their niche and like helping them know their niche any better. They're already experts in their niche, right? But helping that person develop basically an entire, let's say program of their own, you know what I mean? Where that person can, rise up, they can level up, they can make money, they can sell their knowledge, they can, you know what I mean? And so coaching people into that, arena is so rewarding. Mentoring people that are in recruitment, like you said, when I hop off this, I'm hopping onto a Zoom with 20 of my students, and I'm going to be talking about what's going on in their world in recruitment, and I'm going to hear stories of people that just closed $50,000 deals. Like, they've got like 5 roles. Every one of them was 10K. And I'm just like, that's the kind of reward, knowing that stuff is just killer. It's awesome.
And the opportunity there too is because now that you can sell on an ROI, like, we mentioned this in our previous podcast, is like now if people are willing to invest in themselves, like, we took programs ourselves. We have mentorships.
Countless programs.
And I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for those things. And if you can cut that learning curve, you can cut, saving time. Like, I wish I had done this back in 2012 and just, cut the learning curve and hired a mentor and just told me the direction where they would have said, hey, don't waste 4 years on trying to create this app, Mike.
Right.
Or try to create this media-based company.
Right.
And just like, hey, focus on maybe just selling products. And like, this is how you're going to do it. Or like focus on specializing in digital marketing so then you can share it and creating your own coaching program. And if I followed that, I would have I would have cut that in half, which would have taken me 10 years. I would have got there 5 years. So
yeah. And on top of that, let's be real. Let's say that you're 1.1, right? $1.1 million gross rev, whatever. Let's say, what would that have been if you had like a mentor or if you were in a program and someone was coaching you on all that? What would that look like, over the same time period? Double, triple,
easily,
like quadruple? Could it? I mean, honestly, like, I'm not kidding when I talk about sky's the limit. Like, because I talk about this stuff all the time. I'm like, literally, you are your own competition. I don't believe in like external competition. I really believe that like you're the only person holding you back from yourself, And to quote, I think it's Wolf of Wall Street, the only thing that's standing in between you and your dreams is the BS story that you tell yourself every single day. And that's so true on so many levels, but people don't actually realize it. They don't think about it fully. And then once they kind of get into a position where maybe a coach comes into their life and maybe somebody, teaches them a thing or two, or they go through a program or whatever. That type of business it's actually pretty low barrier to entry. As far as being able to, set something up like that. There's a lot of moving parts and pieces to get it right. Obviously, you and I are in that space and we've done it, but it's where we want to scale. And,
that's the most rewarding thing, like you mentioned before, is just like helping someone win, helping someone get to the next level is all the fulfillment I want. Like, I'm trying to get all my friends in my close circle just like up onto par into what I'm trying to develop and create, and just let them know like the world is yours. You can create a multiple 6-figure business or company, but sometimes you just need that mentor or that coach to kind of push you. And it's hard, especially when you're an entrepreneur, is like you are rare. Like, people don't understand that. Like, you as an entrepreneur, you're not like everyone else. Majority of people like the 9 to 5. A majority of people want to,
That's right.
And they're fine with it. And that's totally fine.
Completely okay, yeah.
But then us as entrepreneurs sometimes go to those people for advice, like, hey, I'm going to start this business. And they're like, hey, I'll slow down. That's a little risky. I don't know if you should do that. So it's like, why are we taking advice from people who aren't even entrepreneurs?
Exactly.
How about you hop on a phone with me and Ben and I'll talk out your ear on like, that's a great idea. If it's a great idea, like, yeah, I see this
Right.
avenue instead of this direction. How about you just like tweak it a little? Like maybe don't be so risky and start that software company, but go here.
Right.
So it's like, why are you asking and trying to get this level of just like commitment from another person to just say, yeah, Ben, you'll do great in your recruiting agency. You have to ask other like-minded people.
Right.